I've honestly eaten some sort of rendition of this meal every single day. Look how much food this is. It's like the size of my head. Good morning, everybody. We are starting off on some weighted pull-ups because once again, parking lot was full. But this is pretty good because this will actually like judge if my elbow's feeling good or not, because your biceps do take over a little bit in pull-ups no matter what you try to do. So this will be my preliminary decision on if I'm gonna do buys or not today. And if anything, this hits my buys a little bit. So it's a win-win. But I figured out, like, I was complaining that using a 25 pound is annoying to get the actual weight on. If I just use the bumper plate, they're the same size, so easier to put the weight on. But we'll see what we can do. We got a plate and a 25. It looks like 2 plates, so it looks like I'm doing more, but I'm gonna keep it a stack of you. That was like 8, almost 7 and like 3/4. We'll do a couple sets here, and then I don't know. It's kind of busy today. Elbow, I can feel it, but it didn't hurt, so there's that. I figured out a new angle. I can just put it through the squat rack and face it off the mirror. But so yesterday I went and returned that camera, and obviously if you lose it or break it, you have to buy it or pay the entire price. But so I returned the rental, a $6,000 rental, and the guy was like, "All right, we're good." I get home, I get a phone call from the camera shop. The guy I answer, and he's like, "Hey, you returned, oh, this isn't our camera." I'm like, what? He's like, "Yeah, no, you returned a completely different camera." I'm like, "Pretty sure that's your camera." And they're like, "This isn't even the right model. This is an A, not an A7 or even an S." And then I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he like looks, he like turns it on, and he's like, "Oh wait, no, this is an A7S3, but still doesn't match our tag. Like, this isn't our camera." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you, man. 100% sure that is the camera you rented me." And I started having like a mini heart attack. Like I swapped it with someone at the, I don't know. None of my other buddy doesn't even have the same camera. So then he's like, "All right, let me dig into it." He calls me back and he's like, "Someone typed in the serial number wrong by 1 digit." And I'm like, that's really what gave me a heart attack, is because someone forgot to type something in right. I'm like, "Can I get a 50% discount for like stress off my life or something?" But anyway, that's my story from yesterday. It's not that deep, but it was stressful in the moment. Anyways, the last set of these, and then I think I'm gonna do like lat prayers or something. Hopefully I don't hit the camera with the weight. Doing this. Yeah, let's do something else. I don't think I'm gonna do buys again. I can feel my elbow. But I'll show you what I'm doing for rehab. So we haven't done these in a very long time, but we're gonna do some single arm dumbbell raises because the machine's taken that I usually use, and all the cables are taken. Story of this gym experience is just everything's always taken on Tuesdays. It's gonna be a reoccurring thing, but it helps it become adaptable. Adaptability, am I right? I also think it is good to switch up the exercises every once in a while. See if you can feel, because sometimes you'll feel like a difference during a different exercise and it feels better than what you have been doing. You might as well do that. Like these, I can definitely feel the squeeze more at the top. I think I'll do 3. I hope this camera eventually focuses on me here, but set number 2. If I do get the camera, on top of just the camera, I need to get myself a gimbal, because I was looking at some of the footage, and holding that camera for an hour and a half, 2 hours above your head, your shoulders start getting shaky. So you kind of need a gimbal or a tripod, but tripod's just sitting there. The gimbal, I could at least walk around the crowd. Let's do one more. Guys, you might be shocked, especially after saying that I only like to prep ingredients. I prepped a full meal prep yesterday for a single meal for lunch today because I didn't want to have to go home and make lunch. But hey, one day is better than nothing, right? You could also probably just call it leftovers. But isn't that what meal prep is anyways? It's just leftovers. It's glorified leftovers. I have to figure out what I want to do after this. Everything is busy. Nope. I'll find something. I was gonna switch up the workout a little bit and do like lat pullovers, or I think they're called like lat throws or something. But I didn't feel like doing it, so we're gonna do these, and probably 3 sets, and then I'm gonna go sit on a bench, do some forearm exercises, and then call it in. Thanks for coming along in the ride.
Where was I before?
Interestingly enough, this hurts my shoulder. I'm gonna go lighter. Set number 2 and 3, and we have lowered the weight slightly. See if maybe I have to keep my shoulders retracted. But the whole point of this, I thought, was to do it. So we shall see. Alright, that felt better. One more set and that will be the back workout. Final set. Let's go do some rehab. So the work to rehab my elbow and shoulder is very simple. So because I'm already warm, I'm doing 10 pounds, but you should start with 5, right? Then start with your hurt arm, and you just twist it like this, and then control it nice and slowly. You should do a weight to where it doesn't hurt, but you're still getting a little bit of work in. I'm just doing like 10 to 12 reps, and then I'm just gonna match on my good arm, and you can just like tell how much better or how much easier it is on this arm. And then we're gonna do reverse curls, or reverse forearm curls up, because it's the top of my elbow that's hurting. So I'm pretty sure it says forearm lifting. Then again, copy whatever reps you got on your good arm. You just don't want to imbalance it. And like if your left arm got hurt, or if one arm got hurt, doing this this is more prehab for your other arm. And then for my shoulder, I just put my elbow up on my knee, and then we're doing rotator cuff. Again, I am not a trained physical therapist. This is just what I read online. So take this with a grain of salt. But to me, it makes sense. You're strengthening the muscles around the joints that are hurting. That never really gets strengthened in the first place. And that's about it. I'll do like 3 sets there and then move on. That is back day, completed. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for rehabilitation of my arm. And I'll be honest, I've been slacking on it, but we're getting this fixed. We're back to it, we're doing it. Let's check the pump. What's up? It is time for dinner, so I was just gonna, since I didn't film right after the gym, I was gonna talk and chat while I heat up my food. If you guys didn't watch my meal prep, or ingredient prep, so I got 50 grams of protein from ground beef right here, and then 2 servings of rice. That's going in the microwave. I think when you're actually like prepping your meals, the main focus that you should look at is convenience to you, because convenience to you might be a different thing to me or someone else. Like some people think having the full meal built out is the most convenient thing to do, which probably is. But I have the opportunity to take an extra 5 minutes to make a meal. It's not that hard. And I'll show you how simple it is. So 2 minutes in that microwave. I have a bag of shredded lettuce in a big bowl. I take the bag and I dump the lettuce in the bowl. I then put the bag away, and then another prep that I do is I have diced onion. I put some diced onion in the bowl. Then what I like to do is take some avocado. I don't pre-dice my avocado, but it's not that hard to cut an avocado. You can even use a butter knife. So I like to cube up a decent amount of avocados. These are like really big avocados, so I'm only doing a quarter, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna scoop that into the bowl. Ground beef and rice is out of the microwave. Guess what I'm gonna do? Dump it into the bowl. And final touches, I got a little bit of green salsa. I'm gonna just put a little bit into the bowl. I got some just paste normal salsa. My hands got wet. Dump a little bit of that into the bowl. And then I know this doesn't exactly match with everything, but just have some green onions that I'm gonna put in there for added flavor. And for a little bit of chipotle, I am going to put some chipotle Cholula into the bowl. So currently, this is what it looks like. I take my spoon and then I just start mixing. And boom, there is my meal. I've honestly, I dumped some of it onto the counter. Let me just fix that. But yeah, I've honestly eaten some sort of rendition of this meal every single day since, like, for the past year or two. And it's great because, like, this, look how much food this is. It's like the size of my head, and it's like 50 grams of protein, maybe 50 to like 70 grams of carbs, and then I don't know, fat from a quarter of an avocado and the ground beef, maybe like 15 grams of fat. Try to eat 4 of these to get your 200 grams of protein, and you're gonna be full all day. And then if you want to bulk, you can just add more avocado or more rice. I think I've said that before. But yeah, this convenience, it's all about a matter of perspective when it comes to your type of convenience. But anyways, so here's my thought of the day. I think you have to set your non-negotiables. And by non-negotiables, this is what I mean. You have your wants and your needs. Now, your needs will have a set of non-negotiables, and your wants will have a set of non-negotiables. Needs come in the form of work. You kind of have to get paid so you can survive in this life. It is just that's what it is, right? And then there's the wants. And when it comes to your wants, these are your hobbies. So for me, my non-negotiable, obviously, is the gym. And more recently, it's posting a YouTube video about the gym and going to the gym that day. So I've kind of blocked off these specific non-negotiables to fill out chunks of my day. And these kind of help me decide, hey, do I have time to go do these other things? Now, in my mind, I like to stick to my non-negotiables and really not stray from them. You can be a little more lenient depending on your situation. Like, these are all personalized to you. But I think you should definitely need to have your needed non-negotiables, things that are necessary to live, and then chunk out some of the rest of the day into your want non-negotiables, and then just kind of balance time where you get to pick and choose what you want to do. And then that will just kind of set you up for success and keep you on schedule for whatever goals that you got planned. Anyways, that is my thought of the day, and I'm going to eat this food, and I'll catch you later. Peace.